Hello! I'm assuming that there's a 5-second delay in starting before I can see the countdown actually finish. So, today, we're doing some stuff. Hello everyone, and I hope...
have joined. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 21 raid viewer thing there. Hi. Let me kill my stream thing. Okay. Hi, we're continuing the Clone 8514 investigations today, but unlike before, we have the card. This is the ATI Graphics Ultra. This card almost more historically significant than the original 8514 in a way. And I believe today is actually going to be the first time this thing is ever demonstrated on video. So we will be doing that.
They've subscribed for 31 months and says 386, 387, 85, 14. End of line.
Philip, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 31 months. I appreciate that. No, it will not run Quake 3. It is from 1990. Almost a whole decade before Quake 3. Matter of fact, the GPU that it cloned is from 1987. So, this should be interesting. I have put the 586 motherboard back in here because I like because I figure we should probably make sure that the card actually works before we try and sort out, you know, the 4060X2 board. Completely unfounded allegation suggests I try to hit the end of your countdown within a few seconds. Yeah. But yeah, so today we're going to try and get this thing up and running. It should go okay, but I don't know. So we'll see how this goes.
How can subscribe at tier 1? They've subscribed for 49 months. And says 40. Mean. End of line.
Yeah. Spooky, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 49 months. I appreciate you hanging around. Wolf 3D, I mean, that doesn't use GPU acceleration, so that's dependent on the processor. When it's something that should go okay, actually gone okay? Fair. All right, let's go ahead and get the thing open and then swap over the video card and see how this goes. So,
Pt1 have subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 45 months, currently on a 45-month streak, and says it's no use. Talk this. End of line.
Final Knieve, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 45. That's, let's see, 45 months. I appreciate that. Okay, so, interestingly, I found out after doing some more research, more specifically today, that this card...
With Prime. They've subscribed for 38 months. End of line.
Gazuto, thank you for the Prime sub there and for 38 months. I appreciate that. Wait, yeah, 38 months. Thank you. There are different versions of this box, it turns out. This one, I am particularly happy to have gotten, does not mention VESA anywhere on it because this card predates VESA standard modes. So that's kind of cool. But all right, let's see what's in here. This is not a complete example, despite what the listing said on eBay. It is missing the manual. So that part is a little unfortunate. But we do have the software, which is, you know, obviously good. And then we have the card itself, we'll get to in a moment. But we also have a mouse. A mouse? That's weird. Vital Knieve, I have kind of given up on the anonymous gift subs. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. Let me double check that, but I don't know what is going on. There are some subs that are single subs that somehow just are not emitted by the Twitch API. But anonymous gifter, thank you for gifting the 1 month of tier 1 sub to Doom to the power of, it looks like 6 there. I appreciate that. I don't know why they don't show up. It's very weird. So, yes. So here's the thing. This is kind of weird. You'll notice there's a mouse on the box, and the mouse is plugged into the video card. So one thing that I haven't seen a lot of coverage about with this card in period publications, and it doesn't even really mention it on the box, is that this is kind of a PS2 upgrade card for PCs. Not only does it add VGA, it adds 8514 coprocessor support, and it adds a mouse, all in one card, which is kind of cool. So if you have a 386 motherboard that is just one of the, you know, plain old simple ones like this that has nothing but a keyboard port, it's pretty sweet.
Blame Twitch, it's pretty good odds it's their AP. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. It can only be their API. I don't know what it is. It's something about how individual subs are mentioned or not. I don't know, because other individual gift subs will work sometimes. It's super confusing. So, Helencroft, I'll let you know. This is all fully documented already on my wiki, and you can just pillage that for photos for the retro web. But here we go. Here is the card. This is the ATI Graphics Ultra. Now, I have a bone to pick before we continue, because there is a misnomer that keeps happening with this card that I'm going to address here. So, here is the card itself. You'll also note mine is copyright 1992 for some reason. This appears to be a later version of the card, even though it has the earlier box. I got no clue what's going on there, so I don't know. But here's the thing. This is an ATI VGA Wonder chip, and this is an ATI Mach 8 coprocessor. There was never a product actually called an ATI Mach 8. This is confused by the fact that they later on called cards a Mach 32 and a Mach 64. So people kind of assume that this card is a Mach 8, but it is not. Only this GPU is. And that's important because this GPU is put into another card, the ATI 8514/A Ultra. Matter of fact, this card was almost called the 85/A14 Ultra Plus VGA as its name. This was never intended to be called a Mach 8. So that is something that people seem to get wrong a lot. They call this a Mach 8 card when it is actually a Graphics Ultra. That is the only name that appears anywhere on here. Matter of fact, not even sure Mach 8 appears on this in any place on here. Actually, I think it does not. No. So they don't mention the Mach 8 GPU on here anywhere. So, wonder why it has 2 crystals? Have you not been here for the streams with the PS2? I think it wouldn't, that's why it wouldn't be catchy. It's shorter than most other card names at the time. But what I'm saying is it was never advertised as Mach 8. It was never called that. People have just decided retroactively to call it that based on the other ones. ATI plus Ultra VGA and Knuckles. Yeah, exactly. So, you have not? Okay. Well, I'll spoil it for you then. This outputs 2 different resolutions from the different GPUs. So one crystal is for the higher resolutions of this processor, and that one is for the lower resolutions of that processor. So there you go. That's why. It is kind of funny that they are ATI crystals, actually. I don't know why they rolled their own crystals. It's really weird. So, I will point out 2 other things. This section is the 8514 memory. This being the graphics Ultra means that this has VRAM here. There was an ATI Graphics Vantage as well that used DRAM here instead that was technically slower. This is also the 512K version of the VGA Wonder card in this. In theory, I believe you could get this. Let's see, does it actually mention this somewhere? No, I think this particular version does not mention this. Let's see, video display, 512K, 1 meg coprocessor, 512K version supported official 512K. Here we go. So, 512K expansion, VGA DRAM, zip package, VRAM 80. No, this doesn't seem to mention it. So some of these you can see on here, there are 2 socketed RAM slots for the VGA Wonder portion of this. So I would take it from 256K to 512K of DRAM for the 2D frame buffer portion of this. So it's kind of a weird card. Is it massive range of sync signals? Yes, this was basically the first GPU that would lead anywhere interesting for Windows. And yeah, they also incorporated their VGA Wonder card into it. So it's kind of, it's like an amalgamation. So here we have the bus mouse port, and then we have the VGA port. And it's kind of worth noting that the original 8514 was the first ever add-in card to actually have a VGA port, because PS2s just had it on board, so IBM did not make a normal frame buffer VGA card for that. So this is actually a clone of the first VGA card, essentially. Kind of funny. So, is there anything else to go over? I have no idea what this jumper does. It's not labeled. That's cool. There's another jumper right there, it seems. I might want to go look on the retro web to see what those might do, since I don't have the manual, annoyingly. Let's see. Does the RetroWeb not have a setup where you can like navigate by the GPU itself? Oh, look at that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, mouse port, factory jumper, do not alter, JU. Okay, so this don't alter, I'm gonna guess. Well, J5 is closed on mine, that's curious. Coprocessor bus selection, pins 1 and 2 versus 1 and 3 on JU6, which is not labeled on that document. So I'm looking at this to try and correlate it to this, but this mentions JU6, but I don't. Pins 1 and 2 closed. Not quite sure what that is. Also, it doesn't mention JU2 or JU1 anywhere. I don't know. Huh, okay. Well, we'll just hope it all works out. Because I got no clue. That 6 should be JU1. JU1, okay. So this is on the bottom. And 1 is, we're on 2 and 3. So this is actually set for 8-bit operation. You know, it's funny, this might be the first 8-bit compatible VGA card I've ever owned. Because the only other one I have is the Trident card that's dead. So we'll try and configure it that way. I've already photoed that. No clue what that one is. Is there one that's just open and closed? Not really. Well, hopefully that's fine. Okay. We should be ready to just try this thing out now. So, I'm going to pop the Diamond Stealth 24 out of here, and we're going to put the Graphics Ultra in its place. That disables the Mach 8, does it? Is that what that says? Coprocessor I/O selection. I don't know, do we need it? Because I think the photos that are on the website have that jumper. So that could be, you know, slightly important. We'll find out. If it does, that will be kind of hilarious. So here's the really disappointing thing. After I bought this example for a lot more than I really wanted to, a second one was listed on eBay, literally the day after it was delivered. And that one has the manual. It's just very, very frustrating. It is more than I paid for this one, but still, like, it might have been worth it to get the manual. Okay. So there's the card. Going out, going in the computer. I already verified this setup is working this morning. We may have to go into the BIOS and mess with some IDE stuff, but aside from that, this should work. So that's chips VRAM config 512K off for 1024. Okay, then we should be good. Good catch, Chloe. All right, now for those of you who may not have been here, I am using a Magnavox Enhanced VGA. It's a Philips CM 1515? I forget exactly what. I'm just gonna look really quick. It is a CM 2015 is the particular thing. That's important because this card's gonna output some weird resolutions, and that thing mostly tries to support it begrudgingly. So you'll see what I mean. It's not a happy camper about it, but it'll do it. I was not expecting it to wake up over there. That kind of spooked me. All right, we're not going to use the bus mouse for now. I'm going to leave that sealed until I'm ready to film it proper, if I do it all. It's kind of more fun to just leave it in there, because it's not like it's going to be, you know, good or needed. Okay. Unrelated to the Altoids tin. Why is that? The Altoids tin? It's just where I have screws and stuff. But it's magnetic, so it sticks. All right. Here we go. This may be the first time an ATI Graphics Ultra has ever been documented on video. Or it'll explode. Let's find out. Well, that's not a great sign. Real quick. Nope. Huh. Okay. That's cool. No beeps. There's no speaker plugged in. Let's do some troubleshooting. Yay! Yeah, well, that's the weird part, Philip. Blink means standby, as in no video. So, for the record, if I pop... Take that, box, stupid, broken video card. Grrr. If I pop the Diamond Stealth 24 in there... Hey, crazy video. Yay. Okay, so yeah, we got a problem. Okay. So, let's go through some troubleshooting steps. I was not expecting this. Of course, I had to say it's just gonna work, didn't I? All right, well, I think the first sensible thing to do is to move this jumper back. So we'll do that. But then the other thing I think I should do, I'm not like super crazy about doing this. I feel like I should reseat these, although they should, in theory, not matter, because these are for the 8514, so they won't actually be up and running yet. So maybe that doesn't matter. I got no clue about this thing. I don't like that the PDF that we have says don't have a jumper on there. So that's kind of something. one variable at a time. Yeah, but reseeding isn't really a variable. All right. You know, just for kicks, this is a little oxidized, let's call it. I'm going to put some deoxide in that and cycle the connector. Okay. Ow. Okay. I don't like it. The monitor keeps waking up when I keep connecting that. So monitor standby mode here. Nothing. I can look at that. So they have some speculative ideas of what the other jumpers could be. They're not really convincing. Seems like maybe I could try toggling J3, but yeah, definitely seems like bottom 2 for that jumper is what I would want. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident here. I literally put a different video card in there and the motherboard works. It's not something wrong with that. The problem is solely in this. Okay, I'm going to put this jumper back. I'm going to put a jumper on this to try and bypass the socketed ones. See if that makes a difference. I have a feeling it won't, but that's easier than trying to re-socket all those, which really looks like it's going to suck a lot, actually. There is 0 chance I am buying that other box one. No, it's not happening. Unless I get a full refund on this one and don't have to send it back. That would be the only way. All right, you know what? I'm going to get that jumper back. I'm going to pull all of those socketed DRAMs, and we'll try and run it in 512K mode. I think they said it was tested working, yeah, but I see people say stuff is tested working, that there is literally no way possible for them to have tested it, so that doesn't mean anything. See if the BIOS does anything. But we know that it works. What do you want to see? Because, like...
subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 39 months. And says threaten it with the soldering iron. End of line.
I'm going to guess BIOS is booting up just fine. The heck? It's got to be we got to reseat the RAM. That's got to be it. It knows it's being washed? Okay, if I got to put a camera on it at all times, I'll take it. I need to get into the settings. It shows something there, but it's really boring. I don't know what it is. That's weird. Oh, I just needed to detect that there's no second card.
77s subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 16 months. End of line.
MQ Bush, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 30. I'm really thrown off here. The thing working, I was... 39. That's... that many, I think. Thank you, MQ Bush. And Lucky Bob 77, hello, and thank you for the Prime sub for 16 months. You want to know what's really funny, Lucky Bob? You showed me that, like, I got the super rare Mach 8, or the ATI 8514 Ultra, and when you first showed me that, I had literally no idea what it was. I couldn't have cared less, actually, because it was PS2, it was ATI, whatever. And now we're using this, because I've gone so deep down the 8514 rabbit hole. So, this is your fault. Okay, well, that thing's working. I don't... that's weird. Did it just die on a DIR? Did I want the PS2 version? Well, the PS2 version is the other one. I mean, I'm not going to say no, because I am very much enjoying this. What just happened? Why did it just explode? $51.50. It also said dead. I saw it. Hey, what got it working? I don't know. I don't know why DOS just died when I tried to run a DIR too, though. Look at it. Let's see if it does it again. DIR. Never seen that before. Mode Co 80. Oh, I love this. This is... what? Mode mono. Huh.
Loracoo says CHEER 100, so clean context, receipt RAM, reboot streamer. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. This doesn't make any sense. What the heck? Mode mono. Hey, look, cursor. Okay, like, you know, works and stuff. And it's page. I don't know. And then it kerplodes. We're gonna reboot. Let's try that. Let's see what happens there. So we got RGB stripes, and then that, and then it shows something that goes by so fast I can't see anything. Excuse me. And then that all works out beautifully. There's no issues. Okay. Nope, dead. Mode co 80. Hold on. It's when it goes to the end of the screen. What? Edit? I bet edit. I don't like this. This is annoying. So edit is there. It just printed out of buffer. So CLS, that'll work too, because about camouflage calling out this card. Why is it dying when it scrolls off screen? Derpy, I don't think it'll matter. I'm pretty sure as soon as it tries to scroll memory, it dies. So any commands that just add to memory work fine. Wait a minute. Is it just me, or does that look too good? I don't think that that is a normal VGA font. Yeah, that's a high-res font. We're in some kind of high-res DOS mode. So, mode mono. And it stays in that mode. The high-res mode should not activate in DOS. This is weird. Is it doing it on the boot? Let's look. Let's pay closer attention here. I wish I could see what it was saying. It says a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so that was low res and that's high res. What the heck? That's so weird. All right, let's try something stupid. CD, HDI, PC, DOS. CLS. All right. HDI, PC load. What? HDI. Look, I think the directory did not exist. What does RT4K say? I don't know. I'm gonna guess 800 by 600. 400p. Well, that ain't right. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't 400p pixel doubled? What if it's not pixel doubling it and it's trying to over render? I bet that's it. What a weird card. I kind of love how dumb it is. Unfortunately, I cannot move it over because I have this plugged directly in. I'm not going through my laptop because I decided I was tired of burning it like crazy. On CD HDI PC DOS. Okay, there we go. HDI load. Okay. CD MJ8514. CD MJ8514. MJ8514.
Subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 51 months, currently on a 51-month streak. And says, don't panic, I'm here. End of line.
Hiram, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 51 months. Holy moly, that's so many months. 48, 51 months. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I think we have Word on here, right? Hold on, CLS. Okay, so Word. Screen.vid is not oh, I broke it. That's right. Alt F, X, no. Oh, it's such a weird thing. Okay. CD, ACAD, ACAD. Let's configure it for 8514, see what happens. 5. Hold on. 5. Yes. I want... did I pick a plotter? Wait, that's not what I want. None. Set 0. We mean invalid... Oh, 1. Video display. Yes. I want 6. Yes, this is an ATI. Yeah, it's the only one. ATI Graphics Ultra, which is a clone of the... Oh, this is a problem. I'm just gonna... There we go. It's a clone, whoops, of the IBM 8514. Okay, enter selection. Hold on, configure. Let's make sure that we are 8514. We are, okay. Return to main menu. Enter again, edit an existing drawing. Sample, shuttle. And 8514 display interface opening error. Ooh. That's interesting. Because it's supposed to be register compatible. Okay.
Jason 5, the Four Stooge, says CHEER 145.A, but whatever this is, it looks like you're having a better time. Here's your share. End of line.
Jason, thank you for the 145 bits. It's going okay. Exit. This is not working quite correctly. It's so weird. All right, well, let's try something. I'm going to shut it down. Boop. And boop. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull the jumper that's gutted half of the 8514 memory, because that could be, you know, part of the problem. Now let's see if it boots still. Interesting. I'm going to try and touch nothing except for the jumper. We have a video memory problem. Okay. Let's pop it out. Let's try and reseat the memory chips. Why did that jumper not work before, though? You know what? Hold on. I'm going to plug the monitor back in. I'm going to try and turn it on. Let's just make sure that works. Kind of hate this thing. What the heck?
Chlorocoon says CHEER 100. We used ZIL chips for minimum space and maximum frustration. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Test video memory? That is not possible. You can't really tell. Yeah, here you can see there is some green stuff on here. I'm going to try and clean the contacts. See if I get anything out of that. So there might be something to that, especially here. That doesn't look amazing. So yeah, we're going to clean that. Test memory in DOS 8514 memory? Because that's the thing. That's what I believe is behaving weirdly, but now I got no clue. Yeah, I don't know how you think I'm going to clean the slot, Flare Spire. Okay, I don't think you guys understand. This is not VGA memory. This is VGA memory. This is 8514 memory. It is in a completely different address space. It is not actually directly addressable by the computer either through the bus. You can only use it through API calls through the driver or by writing directly to the coprocessor. No, it wouldn't be the source of the scrolling problems, but if there is a bad contact on those, it could be the source of the intermittent power-up issues. Okay, let's see what that does. We no longer like the card. Trying a different slot in case it has contaminated that one. I think that fired up. Bingo. Oh, I hate that. Okay. Cool. All right, let's try this. No jumper. Okay, well, that's fun. All right. Fine, why not? Yep, everything's all good now. It works. It's all nice and happy. Yep. You missed it? That's this. Here, watch. It works now. For some reason. CD. Ooh, paintbrush. We should try that. CD HDI PC DOS. HDI load. Okay. CD P brush. And then paint. Hey. Okay, hold on. Rose. Open. I will point out, this is running in 640 by 480, but don't worry about it. Color. Boom. 8514 part is working. Okay. All right. Now, oh God. Do we do the jumpers for the 8514 monitor to make it output 1024 by 768 interlaced? I think we have to. I mean, we are running the IBM drivers, not the other ones. So for the record, still looks normal there. That's a 60 hertz sync, so this is 640 by 40, 60 hertz. So, okay. All right, Helen Croft, you had given me a warning about setting an ID jumper. The 8514, I believe, uses 0 and 2. Yes, so I think that's safe. I think you were saying 1 is the spooky one, but I'm pretty sure this is also just meant to be used with the 8514 monitor. VGA display modes, monitor compatibility, 8514. It also says it supports the 8515, by the way. I think there is one of those on eBay, but I remember it being like $300 and broken or something. Okay. Yeah, it's a VGA splitter box, not CGA, but yeah, okay. Let's give that a shot. First thing first, though, let me quit this, and then I want to... I kind of love the high-res text mode. It's really weird. I don't... Like, it feels unnatural. I want to pull... Let's two-stage this. Pull the BIOS card, because this should not make a difference. Confirmed. I'm just going to do dir as the test. Can't break the card, just set a mode it doesn't know about. Okay. Well, it probably knows about the modes. Okay. Dir. Good. Okay. I'm going to put it back in that slot and see what happens. Also going to try and touch the 8514 memory as little as possible. Okay. And okay, we're good. All right, let's set the jumpers. So for those of you who don't know or weren't here for this, back here I have a RetroTink 4K. It is sitting on top of a VGA splitter that I modified with switches on the front. And these switches directly connect to the VGA ID bits, because in ye olden days, the VGA ID bits were used to set the resolutions that are supported by the monitor. So what I just told the card essentially is that this is an IBM 8514 monitor by setting those jumpers. So in theory, I should be able to turn it on, and now it will know it can send 1024 by 768 video at you know, maybe I should start a carpentry channel. Okay, I set the jumpers to tell the monitor, or tell the video card that the monitor can accept 1024 by 768 interlaced video signals. Which means if we run cd HDI PC DOS, HDI load, cd CDP brush, and then paint, we now get 1024 by 480. That's 640 by 480 still. Minty Becky, you can watch a video where I build this desk in the Office Vlog series. Check on screen. I can tell you exactly what video mode this is. This is 640 by 480 by 60 hertz right now. That is exactly what this is. I don't need to look. I just know. The sync rate on the camera means it's 60 hertz, and that crop is 640 by 480. So, why is it 640 by 480? We pulled the jumpers. It could still be poorly seated video memory. Paintbrush is outputting a higher res. Oh, okay. I do remember you then, Minty Becky. AutoCAD's going to error out still, most likely, because it knows that this is a clone. It's probably trying to do something special. MJ8514 doesn't work because of the processor. Word doesn't work because I done broked it. Fractint could work. CD fractint. Fractint. Video mode, we're gonna try high res 8514. Okay. That is 1024 by 768. Okay. I think this is 16 color. So that's not really telling us that all of the memory is working. I have no idea what card that is, Lucky Bob. Matrox. What? Oh my gosh, a GA? Wait a minute, I know what that is. Can you hear me on stream right now, Lucky Bob? Cause that is different. Okay, hold on though. Return to, select video mode. So that was 256 color. Wait, that's 256 color mode? So that's fully working now.
REDWARRIORC 64S subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 3 months. And says afternoon all dot. End of line.
Red Warrior 664, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 3 months. I appreciate that. So Lucky Bob, I think that's a PGC controller. I don't think that's I think that predates this. I'm not 100% sure. I only found out this morning that there were actually PGC clones. I didn't know that. Matrox was one of the few companies that actually did that. Is it a DE9 port on the back or is it DE15? Because if it's DE9, then it's 100% PCG or PGC. But if it's DE15, it could still technically be PGC and just weird. It's DE9. It's 100% PGC then. Yeah. Didn't even know that was a thing. That's kind of crazy that there was an MCA one. Wow. So no, that won't be 8514 compatible. But that is a very weird card. So that is a clone of the predecessor for this card. You may even find somewhere on there an 8088. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. No, that thing is crazy. If it is a PGC clone, oh my gosh, wait a minute. There's no video port. Okay, I'm just gonna show this image on stream so you guys can, some of you, yeah. So this card, okay, down here is a Matrox PG or GA 1280, okay, or 1281. That's probably, yeah. So this, I believe, is their PCG or Professional Graphics Controller clone. This predates VGA and was how you would do CAD stuff on an 8088. But this is a TIGA chip, a TMS S34010. That is a Texas Instruments CAD chip. So I think this is actually both PGC and TIGA in one card. That is insane. I don't know why I didn't know the TIGA did DE9 though. That's weird. So for the record, yeah, this is a DE9 port. Yeah, now I can see the 5 pins on top. That predates VGA, but is essentially VGA. I think you might need some resistors or something to make an adapter, but that's it. That is wonky. That is wild. So the 3410, for the record, this thing, it's like, yeah, hey, look, the TI 3410 chip, the ATI card is supposedly 5 times faster than that chip. Just for the record, there's an example of that there. Yeah, the bottom one and the top one sandwich. There's 2 connectors. That card is insane. That is everything that the 8514 isn't, but older, which that's just bonkers. Okay, let's try AutoCAD. I suspect it won't work. For the record, the stuff that's not working, if we just, you know, put the ATI drivers on here, it'd probably be fine. But right now, I'm just trying to make sure that the ATI card is actually working. Seems like it is. CD, ACAD. That card needs to go in the retro web. Helen Croft would like nice photos of that, Lucky Bob. Could a SCART port even fit in a PC slot? Oh. Maybe. There's a SCART port on the RT4K. Man, it's close. I think it would fit in an XT slot, but not an AT slot. Yeah, breakout cable would be the solution. Oh my gosh, that card blew my mind there. Okay. ACAD. Wouldn't know, not from region, ever got SCART. Yeah, SCART's dumb. There's no reason to use SCART. So let's configure AutoCAD. Make sure that it's still 8514, I suspect. Oh, it is. Okay. Adapter single screen. All right, that's correct. Back to menu. Sneakernettes. There's a lot going on here. I don't know which card you're talking about. Key config changes. Sure, why not? Edit an existing. Sample. Excuse me, shuttle. I'm not gonna barf, don't worry. All right. Oh, hey, it actually works this time. So we're running in 640 by 480 here, but it did work. Why did it work this time? Oh my gosh, dude, the thing must be like was barely working. Oh man, that slot's gonna be all goobered up now. Yeah, we're gonna have to clean that. Yeah, Majenko is correct. PC, not XT. So yeah, the 5150, for those of you who don't know, the card slots in there, the 5 slots that it has, are technically just ever so slightly wider than the 5160 slots. Is this actually drawing or not?
$49 from T2 SDE have joined. End of line.
T2 SDE and Raiders, hello and welcome. I hope your stream went well there. I swear we're not just running around in circles doing the same things every single time you show up, but this time we're actually testing a very rare ATI Graphics Ultra video card that is a clone of the IBM 8514 CAD card that we've looked at here a couple of times. So far, the card is not super happy. Oh, wait a minute. We never got the RAM stuff sorted, or I messed with it and now it's wrong. That's what's going on. So it's buffering everything. Yeah. Because that drew really quick. All right, it does seem like this is working. So this is the card. We have it running. It has two different banks of memory. This is for the CAD coprocessor chip on the top, and then this is the VGA video memory down here, and it goes to that chip. This is essentially two cards in one. The bottom half is an ATI VGA Wonder Plus, and the top half is an ATI 8514 Ultra. They're merged into one card, and it gets even crazier because that port's a mouse port for bus mice. I don't have that plugged in though because I'm using a serial mouse, but it does come with it in the box. Okay, so we need to get the buffering solved, or you know what, maybe we just, how about we refresh everything that's on here? We're not going to reinstall DOS. I think that's a waste of time. I think we can recover what this is, but I think we need to freshen this up a bit, make sure that the configsys and autoexec aren't loading anything for the Stealth 24. Man, it draws really fast. I wonder if it could be faster in the 8514. Prototype all in wonder. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I think you commented out the EM386 line. That would do it. We're going to look at status in a moment. It's going to tell me it has 640K of RAM, and then we're going to cringe. Ugh. And then we're going to be impressed that it worked at all. I think even technically, the software says it needs more than 640K of RAM, but then it just works. So I should try it on my 5150 at some point. That would be kind of fun. And could this card work in the 5150 in 8-bit coprocessor mode? That would be insane. Huh. All right. Well, there we go. That's it. So we can do status if it had, you know, finished drawing. So the one thing we haven't seen this do yet, which may not work, is have it read the ID bits on the VGA port to set the resolution. So it's possible that it doesn't do that in the same way that the 8514 does, and that we will need the drivers, and you can configure the resolutions that you run at in the drivers, which actually I think would be better, because we were able to run specifically AutoCAD actually, on this card in 1024 by 768, but it did it in the stupid interlaced mode. So it wasn't able to look, you know, not horrible. So if it gets configured in, say, configsys or something, with the resolution, maybe we can set it to 1024 by 768 progressive, and then it won't flicker, which would be cool. So I don't know, I haven't messed with the drivers yet, but we do have the drivers for this right here, so we can test them. I was kind of hoping this would finish first. Next time I shut this down, I'm going to put some isopropyl on the debug card. I'm going to cycle it in that slot and hope that that maybe makes it work in that one. Oh, that's, you know, actually, this provides a speaker. I'm going to put this back in after this so that we can hear it beep. Okay, status. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. Why is it so slow? Holy moly. Okay. Gosh, that font is just crazy. It's so weird. All right, total conventional memory, 404. Extended memory, goose egg. Okay, there's our problem. Quit. Really want to quit? Yes, it's critical that we actually quit. That's why I didn't just yank power, or else it locks all the files, and then the horror, I have to go run a thing. Yeah, I have the cable here, Hellencroft. It's good. I just pulled it off. Downside is, maybe I use this, actually. Oh, I need a card that has all of the pins populated. That is 16-bit, because if it's 8-bit, then it doesn't get the back part of the card. Okay, I'm going to shut this down, and then we're going to try and clean the other slot. It's been ATI standard font since forever. I don't think you understand, though, that that's 720 text mode running in a double resolution font to display. That's crazy. I mean, I guess I could just use this card to clean. Ugh. It is the one that's got the pins that are the pins that got dirty. The FR4 cleans it fine. Well, if that's the case, then I will use this, because screw the wind bond cards. Okay, so I'm gonna lightly get some alcohol on here. We'll just do the front side first. Okay, then. Backside. Ow. I see pins are stabby. Okay, so there's that. For giggles, this is our first chance to actually try this. Here is the MC Mechanic that Hellencroft sent me. We're going to plug it into the VLB slot because it's technically an IS or an MCA slot, and that's hilarious. I haven't got to try that yet. That's so funny. Use the dead card to clean the slot? There is no dead card. Okay, so speaker. Boop. And then speaker. I put this on backwards. I'm gonna guess this one here is speaker and just not even think about it. And hope for the best. Hopefully I don't blow up the speaker by sending it a DC voltage. Everything here is just labeled J. That's it. There's nothing. Nothing useful. Okay, so rear this way. Boom. What's the worst thing that happens? We send 5 volts DC to it and it blows up? Did we ever find a manual for this motherboard? I don't think we ever looked. Oh wait, J9 speaker. I had it right. Okay, it should beep here. Hey! Beep, beep. Oh my gosh! It's awesome! What? Hold on. It makes music! That's a new one. All right, now to see if this card works. Nope. None of that slot. Did we kill that slot somehow? Dude, what the heck? Oh, that's right. You know what? We're going to do a full fresh install of DOS and stuff because we can't even use this board. So we might as well just full clean slate. No beeps. How? It still does, it does the music beep there still. That's funny. Well, it's now worth having that card installed. All right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we're good. Windows PC speaker PWM driver through that? Oh, gosh. Okay. We have XMS now. I didn't touch anything like that. We can do that, though. Edit config.sys. All right. So, again, it is so weird seeing that. So I commented that out. We'll bring this back, FS, okay, then we will reboot. You know what, hold on a moment. For my own sake, for later today, I want to go back and read what it's printing to the screen. I think it said ATI Ultra BIOS. Yeah, I think it said that. Okay. All right. So we should have memory now. So let's go back to AutoCAD, but first CD, HDI, PC, DOS, HDI load. Okay, CD up, CD ACAD, and ACAD. Okay. Edit existing file, sample, wait a minute. Can I run the, you know what? No. One, new drawing, test, okay. And then we'll just status here, status, to make sure that we actually have RAM. And 3, yeah, we got memory. We're good. Okay. Quit, yes. Okay, 2. Sample shuttle. Okay, now it'll load at full speed. I swear that's faster than the real 8514. It might be because it's a 586, but dang. Matrox, I've been trying not to go there, but yes. Now I want to watch wacky races. Okay. That's awesome. We need to get the 46 running. Nearly modern day load times. So the downside is it's gonna have to do that every single time that you reload. Oh my gosh, an action media card? That is weird. They made so many weird multimedia cards, Lucky Bob. I don't even know. Intel had some stuff going on that was meant for like hybridizing video and computers and video pass-through, kind of like MPEG-2 cards would use the VESA feature connector. There's a lot of IBM MCA video card stuff that does that, apparently. That seems like what it might be. This is a new on shape. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Man. This is so cool. Okay, let's quit. I want to discard all changes. Yes. Let's look at the retro web page for the 46 motherboard that I've got and set it up for DX2. So here we go. So the problem with this machine is that this processor is too fast and it breaks some of the software. So I want to get the other motherboard running. And the other motherboard is this, which also has VLB slots, no PCI slots, which is totally fine because they're completely worthless in this application. So we're going to try and get this thing up and running. But it doesn't have a processor and has to be configured for one. And apparently the manual I got for it is for a different version or something. So it's not useful. So we're going to have to configure this based on information from the internets. Need a video cable for your Sega Dreamcast? If you just get a cheapo VGA cable off Amazon, seriously, they're fine. Not a problem. Yeah, so when I say too fast, when we try to run MJ8514, it just says divide error, which is apparently an issue with processors like this on a machine like this, where it literally does the operations like wrong because it's running so fast. Thank you, Alan Crawford, linking that. Let me get that open. Didn't get a 387? No, because I wasn't even going to attempt doing that because I've had such horrendous luck with shipping from eBay recently that it just like, I didn't even want to take the chance of how long it would take to get here. So, yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, so you'll read you lost your composite cable. Yeah, but I'm saying like VGA just straight up works like with everything. You'll read like, oh, you can't use VGA for this or that. Nah, it just works. So just don't even sweat it. Just get a VGA cable. It works great. Your photo of the board is on that page? Yeah. Okay. So, documentation, jumper manual. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it this way because this is the way the manual is oriented. Oh boy. Do they have this? DX2. Okay, so we are going to add this CPU, a 46 DX2, to this motherboard. Now, I should just be able to do this to get started. I never realized this. This thing's going to just be floating in the middle, isn't it? That's horrifying. Why do we even computer if we're going to do such grotesque things as this? Oh. Ruh-roh. That ain't good. One moment. How do you even have the middle pins bend over like that? I'm not even going to pretend that I can show this on camera. I'm just going to do it, and then we'll move on. This isn't as bad as, say, socket 378, but it's not great. Dang, I thought I had the other 46 out. I was just going to swap them. Go, hey, look, and it's done. Yay. No PS2 mouse. That's fine. We got bus mouse. That's actually perfect. We'll just go with that. What we're really going to miss, let's all be honest, no more WinBIOS. That's the real tragedy. It's really bad. Look at the ones here that bend in, those are the ones that are the toughest. Just bear with me while I fix this. So bad. I don't like big sudden movements. Okay, it might plug into the socket now. Use a thin knife blade.
2025 is gifting 1 tier 1 subs to TechTankins' community. They've gifted a total of 20 in the channel. End of line.
Crazy boy, thank you for the gifted sub there. I appreciate that. And making it super confusing that one gift sub worked. That was just straight up community sub. We've been having weird issues with the gift sub notifications, but that one went through at least. Okay, still not working, and it feels like it's along the front. Where is... oh, there is one that's pretty bent. I don't like bending the whole row in one go. I prefer to bend them individually so that I know which ones are good or not. There's one here that's a little wonky. Okay, let's see if that goes in. Oh, it's so close. Come on. Good slot cover. Stanley knife blade right in your palms. Ooh, ouch. Now I'm doing it the way I don't like. Stupid processors. Oh, it's close. Something over here. Yep, these are bent out a little still. Gosh. They're so picky, these processors. Jeez, you want all your pins to not be bent. Still that side. What's the problem? You didn't invent a time machine, so I can just go back in time and buy ones that weren't all bent out of shape. Ooh. Oh, it's so close. What's the problem? Aha! There we go. Okay. You know what? Screw it. There it is. I think we can put this on after the fact. We don't even need this. Should work fine without it, but you know what? Why not? Okay. Aha. Or do we go on this way? Sure. Okay. Ugh. Now what was I doing? Oh, yeah, jumpers. Okay. So, this is a 66 megahertz 46 SX. Yeah, 2. So, going through the stuff, JP8, pins 2 and 3 needs to be closed. Okay. JP8. Okay, there's a lot of jumpers. 8. Okay. So it's right here. Is this labeled? What 2 and 3 are? J2. Wait, is it J2? J2, 8, and then 9? What on earth nightmares is that? That's a DX2? Great. 46, DX2, pins 1 and 2 closed. Okay. I'm glad you guys double checked that. Let's just yoink that off for now. Hey, look, it says DX2. See, it's like an SX, but if you hide that, then it's correct. Okay. Pins 1 and 2. I gotta figure out which ones are pin 1 and 2 on this. Square. So square is pin 1. So pins 1 and 2 are this side. Okay. So DX2, pins 1 and 2 closed, J8. Okay, so we're good. 66.
100, it's like an SX, but with an FPU. End of line.
Yes. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, so 66 is, okay, J5 closed. Hold on, we got to go through a bunch of these apparently. J5. Hold on, we got J5. Well, it doesn't even list that speed up there. Okay. So this is, J30. And then 11, 7, 6, wait, 5. Okay, hold on. So 66 is closed, and then closed, and then closed. And then JP29, for some reason, is the next one. Should be open. 20, 18, convenient. Wait, 18. Wait, we need to know this one. JP18 for DX2 should be closed. Okay. Where's 29? 2 months ago, binding flashlight was better in triangle voice stream. Listen, man. Not tomorrow, you're going to try an IBM scanner. Thank you not to get curious with 8514. So there's a 25 megahertz. I don't want to go in too fast. Can I just downclock it like that? Because I'm interested. I'll make DZX sad. J29 VLB slots. Hold on, I was just going to go back to the manual thing. It'll probably tell me. Okay, J29, it should be right there. Okay, J29. And the directions were open, I think. J29, 66, open. Okay. CPU voltage selection. 5 volt. Okay, so the manual here, first off, 3637. That's 30. 20, 18. Let's just look at the thing. Hold on. Oh, literally, here? No, what? 8, wait, JP8, J8, JP8. I don't like that, but okay. And then supposedly here are the jumpers for 36, oh, 36, 37, there they are. Okay, ooh, spooky red jumpers. Okay, one moment. I wasn't expecting them to be red. Okay, so let's go through this one more time. DX4 to no, user configurable something or factory configure do not alter. I don't like that, but fine, whatever. Non AMD CPU J11 closed. Oh, there's so much nonsense. J11's right next to JP8. It's open. Wait a minute. Non AMD closed. So do I need to put a jumper on that? AMD CPU selection open. I think I need to put a jumper on that. Okay, so note on that. I'm just going to keep my finger on top of that jumper so that the pain reminds me of the ouchiness. DRAM. Okay, well, that you just slap sticks in there, so I'm not that worried about that. That you don't have to do any jumper doodads. Okay, 46DX2 pins 1 and 2 closed. Okay, JP18. So it's JP8. Okay, pins 1 and 2 closed. Yes, that's correct. CPU speed 66 interlaced megahertz. Close, open. Okay. And then 5 volt. So it's DX4 or 5 volt. So I assume we are 5 volt. So we are closed and closed, which is how this is configured over here. Yeah. Here. Okay, now, ouchie. I'm pretty sure I need to put a jumper on that because this was previously configured with an AMD CPU. DX2 is not DX4, yes. But, okay, so rereading this one more time. AMD CPU selection, open. Non-AMD CPU, closed. So we need this. Open AMD CPU. So I need to put a jumper on there. Where'd that jumper go that I was using on the 8514 RAM thing? Did I actually put that away? Because I don't feel like I did. I think I dropped it somewhere and now it's gone forever. Which definitely does not sound like something I would do. Needs jumper. Okay, so let's do that. Looking for jumpers. Gotta find a jumper so CPU doesn't explode. I found a yellow one. I like that because it'll be spooky. Okay. Boom. All right. Reliving the worst parts? Yes, this is the worst part. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to go over all of the options. You have the other jumper set for non-sterics. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. CMOS. Normal operation, JP16. I don't care about CMOS. Select monitor type to CGA, JP17? What? 17 is oh my gosh, it's way over here. Holy moly. Okay. So JP17. This is 33. Should be next to the third up slot. Okay, apparently
LUCKYBOB 77.
I'm not allowed. Oh, there it
to
is.
derail things dash. I know that would be operant, but I was looking at the manual to the MACH 32 and it has instructions for 8540.compatibility.CHER 100. End of line.
Oh, that's cool, Lucky Bob. I did not know that that would still be 8514 compatible. That kind of makes sense. So about that, this is the correct manual business. We got JP16 and then JP. So it's 16 on this side and then 17 on this side, and then 33 is a weird thing. This does not match this. So that's fun. So we got 16 and 17, and then whatever 33 is, that's labeled good night PW, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So 16, JP17 should be closed. Okay, and then JP16 is CMOS memory clear. Oh, that's a wonky way of doing that, but sure, fine, whatever. And then we got 33, which is green PC. No. Oh, that may be green power. I'm not sure. So that might be that. I'm guessing that stands for green power, and they changed the jumper number. Because I'm not sure I see a JP33. No? Their manual says JP33. Is this listed anywhere? No, it is not. Okay, that's weird. So this does not appear to be documented in this. So they say green power is J26, but then it's J33, and we're not even sure there is a J26. Yeah, I don't think there is. Oh, no, right there. So that's weird. Do they not have external power control? Oh, why is there a green LED connector? I don't like any of this. We're just going to leave it open because that's guaranteed safe, which means we're done. So let's slap a RAM in there and then see what happens if it just blows up. Real manual, page 13. Okay, let me look at this. Oh, that's a lot of pages. Scrolling. Many page scrolls. Real 13. Okay. 33, 17. That's still different. Yeah, that's still different from mine. So it has JP17 up here on both of those, not shared with the CMOS clear. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Whatever. Let's pretend everything's going to be okay and it won't kill my CPU totally. All right, I'm going to slap this on. Boop. This is totally normal heatsink installation protocols. Okay, let me grab a RAM. Where are RAMs? Is this all RAMs? That's RAMs. Okay. Here we go, RAMs. Alrighty.
CHER 100 manual not matching board revision is not surprising. One of mine not only has that, but the manual is for the award bias when the board is MI. End of line.
Storm Crash, thank you for the 100 bits. Just underclock 25, so it stays extra cool. Wait, we don't need the... No, not yet. Not yet. Okay, Sim 1... Installing 1 RAM. Boom. Aw, man. This has got a lot more complicated. Where's the speaker plug into so we can at least have fun? Speaker is J5. J5 is here. It's labeled. We're going to put power to this, but we're not going to be able to boot today. There's a critical feature missing on this. See if you can not spot it. And I don't really feel like setting that up today. Yeah, Storm Crash has it. There's more work to be done. And that's more complicated work. Tater's games, though, you have probably seen the card that will install that will fix that. XTIDE, I mean, I guess, but nah, we want floppy so that we can put, like, discs in there, you know.
Snickernich says CHER 100-WOW. I was looking into 486s and now I'm scared. End of line.
Yeah, Sneakernets, this is, you're much, much better off just buying a Pentium system. Get a socket 7 motherboard. Seriously. Like, I know the 46 is a lot more romanticized in the PC world. Just get a Pentium. Just get a socket 7. You will love life so much more. How do I get it to you in the next 5 minutes? No, I've got one. Don't worry. But that's kind of insane that you have one too. These are not easy to get your hands on in box.
Nakalek says CHER 100 golden kappa hype. Let's go. End of line.
Sneakernets, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't think I said that. And Nakalak, thank you for the 100 bits. Super Socket 7's cool, but then you're making life a lot more complicated. Okay, that one screw is kind of a pain in the butt to get out on those motherboards. Now we're there. Rather learn the hard way with the Socket 3. It's not learning the hard way. You just have to buy more stuff. It's not learning. It's just you have to have more junk to go with the machine. Literally, the only difference other than performance is that this card is just on the motherboard. That's it. And you're not learning anything if you don't have the manual and you got to blindly set jumpers. You're just going to hate life.
THEOLDONE 22 is paying forward the gift they got from AKA1 GPR to the community. End of line. THEOLDONE 22 is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tectankis' community. They've gifted a total of 5 in the channel. End of line. A544J
Oh my gosh.
subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 46 months. End of line.
This guy, your guys' a sneaky plan to try and get me to run overtime. Because you can see that we're almost out of time. The old one, thank you for, I think, 5 gifted subs total there. Thank you so much. And A54-4JH, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And for 46 months? No, that's not right. 46 months. I appreciate that. Being a masochist is fun though. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, we are doing a lot of masochist stuff here. Just blindly trying to figure out the jumpers for a stupid IO card, not quite the same. That's just annoying. You have an hour before you have to go? I got 4 crazy minutes. All right, let's pop this in, see what happens. All right. I gotta put all the screws in.
Gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tech-Tank's community. They've gifted a total of 265 in the channel. End of line.
Spooky, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. 8 Crazy Nights, you were supposed to get the reference. Excuse me, you missed it. IO jumper cards are evil. That's technically a foul. Nope. I mean, I don't know what you're referencing with that. Although a former football coach is involved in the reference. Oh, this one sucks. That's a horrible screw to try and install. Good grief. I'm just not. Wait, no, I have to, or else it'll slide around and then it'll short stuff out. I don't have a choice. Ow.
Sleepy developer says CHEER 500 choo-choo. End of line. SUNNYVAL 3 has subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months. End of line. SUNNYVAL
oh my gosh.
3 SICHEER 200. End of line.
Sleepy, thank you for the 500 bits. Sunnyval, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 2 months there. And Sunnyval, thank you for the 200 bits following that up. You got nothing? Potential vice president. This is the worst possible way to give a hint, but I think you'll get there.
End of line.
Oh my gosh, coffee just flicked up my nose. That.
Okay. CHEER 1000. End of line.
Oh my gosh. MQ Bush, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Holy moly. Thank you so much. That one guy is here again. Thank you for the Prime sub and for the first time. Digital Ice Age got that part, but that's not what I was. That's just a way to what I was. Oh my gosh. When you start up Crazy Taxi on the Sega Dreamcast, you are given the option to play arcade mode, which adds time to your clock based on passengers you pick up. But if you're a giant baby, you can just pick a set amount of time, and then it's the maximum amount of score you can get in that. So when you start one of those game modes, it'll say you've got 10 crazy minutes or something like that. That's something that lives rent-free in my head for all time, is the X crazy minutes, because I always played that. So there you go. That's it. All right. Well, it won't blow up if I don't plug in power, so just like AC/DC says, you put them black to black. We'll always say it out loud. Sneaker Nuts, thank you for the tier 1 sub. The Minty Becky, yep. You 100% nailed it there too. That is exactly what it says. All right, this is not going to show us video. I don't have a video card in there. I just want to see if the post-test card lights up. Here we go. Hey! I don't know what that means, but hey.
The Torscom says CHEER 100 dot goal achieved. Tangents up with on stream. Bits and subs extend the timer
No.
dot. Offer not valid in Arizona. Subs to extend stream length must be of the sandwich variety. Bits to extend stream length must be for drills, screwdrivers, or wear tools. Coffee will only extend stream length as long as it remains hot. No warranties offered, implied, or provided upside down with the lobster roll and fresh dill potato salad. End of line.
Ow! All right. This is the Stealth 24, because trust issues. Here we go. Boom. Video? Yeah, Ben was right. Sneakernets, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months in advance. Holy moly. I appreciate that. I didn't realize that. And Taters Games, thank you for the 100 bits there. Why no boot? Did I miss Sunnyval? I thought I got it. Thank you for the tier 1 and for 2 months, Sunnyval, and for the 200 bits if I missed it. Bad RAM. Wait, Sunnyval gifted a sub. Oh, it didn't show up in my API stuff. Dude, I don't even know. It's so frustrating. Okay, why is this not? I don't think it's bad RAM, but let's just take out the RAM and see if the error code changes. Different error code. And beepity beep. Okay, I'll just stick in some different RAM. Maybe it doesn't like a 16 meg stick or something. I don't know. That's not properly seated. That is. I think it didn't like that stick. Yes! We are back to 1994! Break out your Super Nintendo! What's up? Alright, there we go. Ah. That'll work. I got no idea what capacity this was. This is apparently another 16 meg stick of RAM. You know what? I'll go with it. That's fine. Disk boot failure. Oh, all right. DX2 66 megahertz coprocessor installed. I'm sorry, no, that's over here still. Oh, actually, that's the 801 86C 801 has a coprocessor too. That's yeah. Okay. I think we're good to go tomorrow. So tomorrow, we're going to reinstall DOS 622. We're going to freshen, you know what? I might even image this card as is to make it the Stealth 24 card. And then, you know what we could do? I could see if I have a different small SD card, and then we can try that on there instead of wiping that one. So let me just double check here. Pretty sure I got a tiny one we can use. So yeah, here's a 2 gig card. We'll make this it or this 4 gig card. We'll make one of these, the Graphics Ultra card. We'll install DOS fresh, get everything ready, pop in ATI Graphics Ultra, get its drivers installed. But that is, you can buy black melamine sheets. That's weird. I don't like that. You mean melamine or polyamide? Because melamine, that's weird.
100, take me to the baseball stadium. End of line.
DeskView X, no. Digitalized Age, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Yeah. Well, actually, we probably will put DeskView X on there. Because that has an 8514 driver, and there's no reason not to run that on this. It would actually be really nice to know that it works. So we probably will. All right. I think it's going to be it for now, though. yeah. So that board is set up. It's working. We can add cards. We can test it out. So, yeah. I think with that particle board with white plastic on each side. What? This is melamine, Desiac, the magic erasers. That's what melamine is. Polymide is Kapton. I don't know what you're referring to. Particle board with white plastic. Oh, you mean foam core board? Yes, you can get foam core board in black. Yeah, that I knew. Man, that was pulling teeth. All right. Anyway, melamine is also what Formica is known as. That's weird. Melamine clad shelving is a thing. Huh. Weird. Anyway, that's it. It is time to run the outro, which is probably desynced from the server. Okay. That's gonna be it for today. We made some progress. We got the ATI Graphics Ultra running. Tomorrow, we're gonna make it sing. We're gonna do coprocessor stuff on it. We are going to make it really show off. We're gonna get it properly set up. We're gonna install its own drivers. We will have to get Windows 3.1 installed on there as well, because there are dedicated Windows 3.1 drivers on here, which means I'm probably gonna copy my Windows dual boot setup from the PS2 so that we can use that, because we're gonna want to boot DeskView X as well to be able to demonstrate that the 8514 support in that works. That one's particularly interesting because it does not use the ADI driver, so it will direct control the hardware, which will probably work, but yeah, it's not going to respect any settings that the card has, so that'll be interesting. But yes, that's going to be it for today. So if you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that's it for now, and I will see you next time.